So Front of God's been in operation now for almost 8 years. Looking back on the last 8 years, it's been an amazing journey. Hasn't always been easy, but we've been faithful the whole time as well. And it's just absolutely humbling for me to know how the Lord provided our every need. And He still continues to do that today. I think we see the benefits of, the Lord's handiwork, not only with just the ladies that are graduating, but also their children, and then the lives that they're leading after they graduate from God. I mean, what great examples of how Christians should be living. They're still serving, they're still helping, they're still involved in church. And those are things that at the beginning we didn't think that far ahead. We were just worried about how we were going to keep the lights on. And as we've just, stayed steady and stayed true, those things that the Lord He already knew those steps. Those were just already playing out. Kelly Berger is our first graduate. She's now our programs director. God has really transformed her and her family. We wouldn't be where we're at today without her touch on this program. And I have the best seat in the house. I get to see ladies' lives transformed, and then watching Christ just start to move in their life and see them fall in love with Jesus. In the last 8 years, we've helped countless ladies. Kelly probably knows how many ladies we've actually graduated. Here in Front of God, our desire has never been just to focus on graduation rates. Because if you're graduating people and their lives are not changed, then what's the point? And so for us, we're more focused on breaking chains. Because every one of these ladies that have come through this program, I think 99% of them have had multiple children in most cases. And so as they get clean and sober, if they're not able to go back when they start parenting again, if they're not able to go back and break chains and start building a legacy for their kids, I think we failed as a program. And so that's why our program is so long, 12 to 18 months, is because we want them to become a Christian. We want them to live for the Lord. We want them to be transformed. We want for them what we want for just anybody else who walks through the door. We want God to come into their life. We want God to take them and just change everything about it. One of the reasons why our program is so long is we're buying time and for their brains to heal from their addiction. So when they're processing their encounters with Christ, that is done in a healthy, constructive way. So the same neural pathways that are developed through addiction, trauma creates the same neural pathways. You're rerouting as they're processing their traumatic experience. The brain none of that makes sense to them. Weird pathways are developed in the brain. So as they're processing information and things that are happening to them, their brains are damaged as a result of that addiction or that trauma. So as God is moving in their life and God is changing their spirit, God is working on them, they're able to process that in a healthy manner. And we found that in the transformation process, the longer time that you can buy, the more transformed the person becomes. Several years ago, the Lord directed me that we needed an aftercare program. And that's just because when ladies are graduating from the program, they've done all this hard work and they go back to where they came from, the outcomes typically were not good. And so a lot of them had expressed a desire to stick around and stay, but there was really no mechanism for them to do that. So we created an aftercare program. And within that aftercare program, as we were working through what happens post Front of God, moving forward, that they were going to have an opportunity for some kind of career. Typically for women in recovery, they've always relied on men, and our desire for them was never to have to pick a man out of necessity, but because the Lord sent the man for them. And so in order to do that, you had to give them an opportunity to be able to stand on their own 2 feet. You had to give them the tools necessary to empower them to take care of every need that they have. And so through this grant, we were able to establish partnerships with colleges, Northeast Mississippi, Itawamba Community College, Mississippi State University, East Mississippi Community College. We have ladies in class right now that are attending Itawamba Community College, working at getting a degree. We have ladies in training right now that are in West Point at Aurora. We were able to get our foot in the door there and just show them what we do and show them who we are. And the best selling point we had for that was just put our ladies in front of them. and they just fell in love with our ladies, and so that's working out really well. We're not doing the selling, our ladies are doing all the work. They're earning every opportunity that they have right now. It's because they've earned the right to do that. They established the relationships with them and said, we want to take a chance on this person. It's crazy because they make rocket ships, and one of the ladies that's in there now, that was always her dream, was to work on rocket ships, and there she is to this day, and only the Lord does stuff like that.
I'm Jennifer Smith.
Cody Harden. We're here at the Mississippi Advanced Composites Training Center at East Mississippi Community College, and we are doing workforce development training for the Friends of God. This is an opportunity to expand opportunities for the people of the state of Mississippi and, more importantly, grow our aerospace industry locally. So, I mean, what do we do here? We create workers. We create people who will walk out of this classroom and go into the industry and be ready to work on that job day one. One of the things that we've heard over and over again from our industry partners is it's great to have a new hire employee. It's great to have someone right out of school, but it takes a year for them to be value add to the organization. And this is where we shortcut that. The people that walk out of here can walk immediately to the flight line and immediately start making an impact. So yes, we use carbon fiber, we use Kevlar, we use fiberglass, we use all these super advanced materials, but what do we make? We make individuals, we make workers.
I met the Friends of God ladies about a year and a half ago. We met in our conference room and just talked about ideas of ways we could help them, and we took them on industry tours to aerospace companies in the state of Mississippi, and then as soon as the Mississippi Advanced Composites Training Center opened, we've got them started in one of our first training classes. So we hope to be able to help them with some new career opportunities.
See, working with these students has been a really incredible experience. The ladies bring in infectious excitement to the classroom, and it's something that, as an instructor, you love to see it because I get as much energy and motivation from them to be a good instructor as they're getting out of me in terms of what they're learning. So it's been a really positive experience in that regard.
So my name is Josh Gamble. I am the Director of Continuing Education here at Etowah Community College. If you come in these doors, there's something for everyone, okay? Whatever your goals are, whatever you're trying to accomplish, we're going to try to get you connected with the training that you need to get to where you want to go. So for me, I think that's awesome. So we get to help people reach their goals and get to give them the things that are necessary for them to be able to go on and be successful in their lives. We offer training programs for people that are looking to start over, right? And so most of the time, that's what they're dealing with at Friends of God. And so it's been a really good fit. We're able to get them in, figure out what they're wanting to do, their participants, what they're wanting to do, and then connect them with the training program that's going to help them to keep going and do better. So as they transition away from Friends of God, they're going to have the skills and the education that they need to be successful.
A huge success of our aftercare program has been because of our aftercare coordinator, Allegra Parker. Just like in church, having small groups, accountability groups, aftercare is just like that on steroids. And Allegra is like, man, she's bought into each and every one of our graduates' life. She's invested in them. And so she's able to walk hand in hand with them as they're going through things in life that they've never experienced before, like going to school. How do you register for school? How do you sign up for daycare? And all those things that most people take for granted, but with ladies in addiction, they've never had to deal with those kinds of things before. And so, the last one I want to give praise to is our outreach coordinator. We established this position in order for us as a program to be able to connect with other programs, not just here in Mississippi, but throughout the United States. And also to building relationships with potential partners of Friend of God, Kiwanis Club, Rotary Club, businesses, and everybody that ever meets Sandy just absolutely, she's just so inviting and so easy to get along with, and everybody just loves Sandy, and so it's really easy for her to get her foot in the door. She gives them that smile, and then she just tells them what Jesus has done, and look at what Jesus is doing. And because of people like Sandy and others being willing to let the Lord guide their steps, they're impacting the ladies that are currently in the program, and they'll be impacting the ladies that are still to come. So the next step for Friend of God is have launched our Friend of God community. We've been so blessed as a program, and emotional wellness has been something that we've worked on at Friend of God, is that we want to be able to share what the Lord is doing at Friend of God with our community and give them opportunities as well. I know for our church, there's been people that's like, I wish I had something like that. And so that's sort of one of the reasons why it was birthed, Friend of God Community was birthed. It's like, can we provide a way for other believers who may need support and assistance in emotional wellness? Can we give them opportunities or resources for them to be able to take advantage of? So we're super excited about Friend of God Community. It's going to be a place where our community can go and access resources for any need that they may be experiencing, whether it be mental health services, marriage counseling, if they have youth that are struggling in school or in their lives, they'll have an opportunity to come in and access some counseling services. I just want to thank each and every one of you for your support, for your prayers. We wouldn't be where we're at today without you. We thank you for trusting us. We thank you for believing in us, believing in the vision of Friend of God and where it's going in the future. And we're not done yet.